There he is, my brother from another mother. How you doing, sir?
I'm okay, man. I'm all right. This Discord, I have a love-hate relationship with Discord.
What's got you down?
On the iPad, I can minimize the little channel to then see full text, and on my Mac, I don't know how to do that unless I go to view, I guess. Toggle full screen. Nope, that's the full screen. I want full screen. I just need channels to go away so I can like see the window better. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm here. You're here. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Ready to just kick things off into high gear?
Yeah, let's do it.
Listen up, all you lobster-loving Lodites from the Lovecraftian Legion. This is episode 47 of the Geekoid podcast, and man, do we have a show for you. It's been a little crazy in the world of AI in the last week. We'll get to that soon enough. But first, maybe we just start with what have we been playing? What have we been watching?
What about you, dude? Well, I still playing Metroid 1 remastered. It's way more. It's not like go get a thing. I think I said that to you before, where it was like go get a thing and then you have to go back. But it's all open. If you go to an area and it's the end of the game, there's a very high potential likelihood, just like Super Metroid and Metroid of the past, that you can do that. And you might have skimmed by all the weird things you need. And then you go, uh-oh. And then you have to go back. So I'm in one of those situations right now where I might have gone too far. And I had to get online on the IGN and other websites to be like, did I miss anything? And they're like, yes, you missed like 20 things. So there's that.
Nice. I haven't been playing too much, but we've been catching up on season 2 of Fallout, and it's been very enjoyable. And the last couple nights, we watched the 2 most recent Mission Impossible movies, so Dead Reckoning and Final Reckoning.
Oh, because I'm such a fanboy of the weird Scientologist. And I sound like I'm like being sarcastic. Actually, I have some weird thing for Tom Cruise when he does a movie. So what did you think of them? Were they good?
So we'd seen Dead Reckoning in theaters, actually, a ways back. I thought it was a little cheesy. The premise is a little kooky. I found the sequel much better.
Was it good or was it fun? Because it was two things.
It was fun, but the ridiculousness sometimes just throws me off. I think that's why I liked the second one better, because it felt more grounded. All the world building was pretty much done with, so it was like right into the action and everything, and it felt more tangible. And
did it feel like we have so much of these other plot points from other movies. We've got to try to figure out how to wrap them all up. Did it feel like you were like, are you guys doing just 30 minutes of just like...
I did feel that from time to time, but I thought it was pretty ingenious how they were able to weave together the past movies into contributing to this one in terms of the story arcs. So I thought that was fun.
It even had callbacks to, I think, the first one where it was
100%,
like,
yeah.
Somebody like with the knife or whatever and stabbed Ethan, and then he gives the knife back to the guy, like, 15 years later.
It was fun. It was fun.
So, I watched Badlands finally last night, and Katie watched it with me.
Oh, snap. Good job.
It was so good, and not in... I was thinking a little bit of horror, a little bit of whatever. No, this is like a buddy cop solo with Chewbacca type of adventure, but it fleshed out a whole lot about the species, or the make-believe species, and whoa, what a fun ride.
Right?
It was heartfelt. It was funny at moments. You definitely were like going, "Oh no, something might die if you know young little predator doesn't do something," and it was great. And then the ending was super awesome. I did not anticipate any of that. And then the very ending of after he might have killed somebody and somebody else is rolling through the desert immediately was a cool shocker. I was like, have we ever seen?
No, we haven't.
So like, oh,
yeah. What did Katie think?
him landing on the ship or landing on the planet and having guests with him on the ship. I was like, dude, like I got a little teary eyed. It was really good. Katie liked it. You know, I don't, it's above a meh. Might be somewhere between a fine and a good. Though she liked Solo. Solo she liked a lot because it was a fun, adventurous movie to follow. So I think she would put it probably closer to the good rating. Yeah, it was good. I'm glad I bought it. I'm glad it's in my digital library for hopefully ever. Yeah, great.
Yeah, well, awesome. I'm so happy that you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully this means that we get more of these kinds of movies in the very near future. Fingers
I really
crossed.
hope so. He did such a great job.
Yeah.
A really, really good job. We're also caught up on Fallout, so we're just missing the last episode, which will air earlier than normal, either Monday or Tuesday. So tomorrow, as of this recording, or the following day, Tuesday.
Yeah. So I think our goal is to probably catch up on the final episodes that we have tonight, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. There was a lot of like kind of piecing things together and whatever, kind of like Rachel said. But they brought it all back, and they brought it all back so that you understood what the past and the present are doing in a really easy to follow, easy digestible way.
Yeah. Well, let's switch gears and talk about some gaming news. So the last couple episodes we talked about how the PS6 and the next version of the Xbox are probably delayed by a year or two because of all the RAM and memory storage. But that hasn't stopped Sony from filing a new patent for a controller without buttons.
Yeah, how's this going to be for latency and like is this going to be like a version like playing a video game on your phone or your iPad?
Yeah, so it's a little wonky that they've introduced this patent, and I'm kind of skeptical as to whether they should even receive it, because the whole concept is that the entire controller is an adaptive touch surface. And if you think about what Steam has rolled out with their latest Steam controller, it's like they have your touch areas on either side of the controller. So I guess this is just the entire controller is like that.
Yeah, but like Steam is more mouse or like a diving board or like a click capacitive whatever haptic like on my MacBook. With then their old one was a capacitive pad, so it was still kind of like in the in between. This looks all glass or all plastic.
Yeah, so I don't want to pass judgment without having gotten my actual hands on it yet, but it does. I don't know. It seems wonky. Like I really like physical buttons. Like
we're not trying to judge, but how are you going to do this and make it like accurate, like sliding and doing cool swift movements back and forth? That seems great, but then that precise kind of thing, I mean, yeah, I'm curious.
It's going to seem too much like a sex toy.
Oh, sad panda. You might have jokes about my work in progress title for my game that our podcast game, because Katie had comments about it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but like Sony makes arguably the best consumer controller right now with the DualShock Sense, whatever it is right now.
I mean, the Xbox One is not bad.
It is not bad. And then their Pro controller is not bad either. Nintendo's Pro is a step down, but it's also like highly rated. And there's Corsair and other companies that make super advanced controllers, but out of the box, like Sony's DualSense, whatever it is right now, is like top dog. Like, so their engineering is no joke. We'll see how their engineering goes for this.
Yeah. So we'll see how that evolves over the coming years and into the PS6 launch. But
And everybody
I'm
should Google this. Like, I think the image too is again it's just a mock rendering,
yeah,
but it looks cool, dude.
it does look cool. Um, going right along with some other news, we talked about last week how Ubisoft is not having some great times. I also digging that coffee mug, by the way, with Mario. I
Thank
love
you.
how when you tip it, it says Mario above his name, above his head. Now I think we even mentioned it maybe last week too, but Ubisoft unions have unanimously voted to strike from February 10th to the 12th due to a recent wave of layoffs, lack of job security, the end of remote working conditions, and just general not goodness.
Yeah, we talked about how Ubisoft, I think, shut down, what was it, 3 to 6 different locations, smaller locations, but still 3 to 6 is not a small number in Ubisoft's little repertoire, across the world. And then with those shutdowns came layoffs from those small locations. And so I forgot that a lot of them are union, and so they're like, yeah, forget this. But they are waiting until February 10th. They did not do this like an immediate strike. So
I'm also
uh,
wondering what the
like
usefulness
this
of
is,
striking for 3 days is. Like, okay, 3 days, whatever.
I
Like
don't,
in the grand
yeah, I
scheme of
don't,
things,
yeah, 10th, 11th, and 12th, which is in like 10 days. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
I'm not for sure.
yeah. I mean, like maybe this will be the killing blow to Ubisoft. Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't
We'll
know.
see.
And does anybody own Ubisoft, or is Ubisoft all on their own?
It's a publicly traded company, but I mean, you have different large shareholders. So I think there's Tencent, maybe
Oh, we
one
talked
of
about
the
this.
owners. I think
Yeah, I don't
they
remember.
entered into a partnership with a Chinese company at the end of 2025. I think that was kind of one of their ways of staying afloat. I don't think it's worked out too well though.
No, not at all.
But in terms of layoffs, it's a sad day that Windows Central Gaming has laid off its entire full-time staff except for one person, Ches Gordon. I mean, this kind of hits a little close to home for me because the parent company Future is also reducing the editorial staff across all the publications by 30%. And I was a huge fan of PC Gamer. I mean, I still am, but I subscribed. I listened to the PC Gamer podcast on a weekly basis, almost religiously growing up. Not growing up. I mean, I was in my 20s or whatever. But it's this type of journalism, this market, I feel like is disappearing with the growth of independent creators. And people were saying, "Oh, it's the fall of PC gaming," and I'm like, "Yeah, that absolutely has nothing to do with it. It's the rise of creators and independent publishing." And I mean, does anybody buy magazines or have magazine subscriptions anymore?
Yeah, I guess so. This is me. So I didn't know who Windows Central Gaming was, but I had an idea of who Future with PC um, Gaming Magazine or whatever. I don't. So this was a shock to me, and also I was like, I hope Eric gives me more insight into who they are and whatever. No, I don't know if anybody does. I know there's like an indie resurgence, but it's smaller groups and it's more Patreon or Kickstarter. And then whatever it funds, it gets those 30 or 100 people. So, no, I guess this is I'm kind of surprised it's gone on this long, 2026, that they didn't just move
Honestly,
to
yeah.
YouTube. I'm
Well, I
assuming they
mean,
have
here's the thing:
websites.
a lot of these magazines have full blown websites now, where they publish most of their content online, and they have social media presences, and that's why they got into podcasting and kind of expanding their media footprint. But it's just it's a lot of, I feel like, administrative overhead to have a full blown staff of editorial people plus HR plus legal and accounting and yada yada. Like having a full blown company to just effectively run a really nice blog is a lot of overhead. And I think that's why you're seeing the growth in the creator space, is because they just slim down the operation to one or two people, and the content is just as good, honestly, if not even better. So
Yeah, Digital Foundry, who basically is the forefront for anything looking at the technical specs of PC gaming and hardware side, and seeing how that hardware deals with software. Which is a very small group of like 5, maybe 7 individuals, they all moved away from that space 2 years ago. And so they've become like you said, a more indie, independent, smaller group, mainly on YouTube. But they do, write-ups on their website. So I'm surprised that Future did not move into this direction and break everybody up into smaller sections like that.
yeah, I think another group that is impacted as well is Tom's Hardware, and I've been a huge fan of Tom's Hardware. They've been my go-to resource for decades for anything PC hardware related, and so to see them downsized as well is kind of a bummer. But it's just the way of the world. Things keep changing, and media landscape right now is crazy. I mean,
Yeah,
you
I
got
mean,
us kind of wackadoodles making podcasts, so anybody could do it, clearly.
yeah, that's there's so many pluses to what's happened in the tech sphere and the internet, and that ease of use and that quick digestible or quick, Google/Gemini now search to find something, where it's not mail, it's not even email mailing lists. I don't, people are still trying to use it. There's some justification to it, but I don't know, man. I think it's like, I think it's more social media and then directing them to said individual podcast on Apple, Spotify, whatever, individual Instagrams or video content on YouTube. It's just been a different sort for a while, and you've seen, well, even big box stores, with the rise of, you can just get your stuff online. Why even have a store?
Yeah.
So a lot of that physical stuff to walk to or get mailed to you is no more. Digital it's everything, and it has been for a while.
And I think I was just thinking about some of the second order effects of the growth of AI. So a lot of the business models around these traditional publishing giants, aka Future, is they do advertising, like advertising in the magazines, advertising on the websites. But advertising as an entire segment is being hit hard now with AI, because people are help getting the products they need directly through their ChatGPT now. And traditional advertising is changing. And so I think these old school media outlets are going to be hit, like it's like a 1-2 punch that's really causing them to reevaluate how they're doing business.
This is a silly side note that I was just thinking of, but like billboards, like, are billboards maybe the last media
The
thing?
last bastion of advertising.
Which is like the weirdest marketing I can think of, but like a giant billboard, because if one thing, Ubisoft again was very late to bringing everybody back to studios. So yeah, they've had since probably 2020, 2019 being able to be remote, and that's 5 to 6 years. That's really impressive. I wouldn't want to go back either.
So here's the thing. I was thinking,
Well, and my point of billboards was, we all had to come back to work. That was another form of whatever. and the great comeback or whatever. And you have billboards now. I skip them, but I do see them repeatedly. So then it becomes kind of like TikTok, where it'll send you repeated, advertisements after a while. And you're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I've seen it. But now it's in your head. You've seen it 3 or 5 times.
So
I'm
I was thinking that billboards, oh yeah, like they're a solid investment, but the next 5 years with the rise of self-driving cars, you're not going to be looking out the window anymore. You're going to be looking at your phone or looking at your screen.
You're
Like, so
totally right, dude.
billboards are going to be not useful anymore either. Boy.
Yeah, and CES, I mean, we mentioned it, but there were way more of all the other CESs probably combined. We had that many autonomous self-driving cars at CES. This was huge. So, and there are people, some of them you can buy right now. I don't know where these companies are or where you go buy a car from them, but there were some that were like, yeah, it's ready to sell right now. Get on our website. We'll ship you one. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, crazy. So that's cool. I didn't think about that. Yeah, you're going to be on your laptop or your phone, your tablet, or yeah, it's going to get to a point you're just going to take a nap and then it's going to say, hey, you're there.
As someone who doesn't particularly enjoy driving or commuting or long road trips, I'm very excited for the future.
Yeah.
So, this past week, Google came out with an update on their Project Genie. Have you taken a look at this?
No, I don't. That's why I put in there not to be confused with Gemini.
No, very very different thing. So I'm gonna share my screen just so we can have this playing, and you can take a look. So what this is something that they called, I believe, world models, and what they're doing is basically, so you have prompt to image, prompt to video, and now you can prompt an entire world. So you just type in a line of text and it will literally create an interactive world that you can explore and just treat it like a game. And it's you're seeing in this video now. It's like, oh, I just generate this with this game character as the main character, and you can use your keyboard and your WASD keys and literally roam around a field as a Shiba Inu and jump and do things. And I've seen a few different really crazy ones. Someone uh, created a world where you are the Doom character playing in Doom, but all the walls are made up of TVs that are also playing the Doom game. And it got wild, and it actually pulled it off. And so in a few seconds, you're able to simulate an entire world effectively. And one of the kind of secondary effects of this announcement is that video game stocks across the board have just plummeted. And I think there's a complete disconnect between what Project Gemini or Project Genie is and what it is kind of enabling and doing and how it operates as compared to full-fledged game development. And I think there's maybe an opportunity now to actually just buy some gaming stocks, because I don't think these game companies are going anywhere. So the reason I say that is because, yes, you can create this interactive world that you can explore and kind of do stuff, but persistence is the main problem. So you can hop into this world and you play for 3 minutes and turn around and come back, and the world is completely different. You know what? That does not work for a 70-hour video game. So things like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which like these persistent universes that you keep coming back to, revisiting areas and quests and all, like these are deep systems and simulations. And this world engine that they've created will never, I shouldn't say never, but will in no short time replace any of that. So yes, it is a fun, cool toy where you can hop around and do some things, but in terms of replacing video games, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
No, I don't think so. And I'm glad you brought it up. Huge fully fleshed out worlds like that, because we just talked about Fable and how that company who makes, if anyone's watched any of the videos for Forza 6, like, holy crap, they're amazing when it comes to like a fully fleshed out world build. And they're going to do that for Fable. And already what we've seen, and this is still pre to allegedly it's coming out this fall, it looks so good. But yeah, this doesn't look like it could do that. Short term, this almost looks like a lot of like, this could be very much like a short iOS game. And
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that, because I know some indie developers who have done more intimate 2 to 5 hour long games where it's following what was one I saw? It was a man who you were following his life and his journey after his wife and I believe his daughter passed, and the grief period, and then the like coming out of that, talking to friends and family as he's going through his life. It's very sad, it's very sweet, and it's very intimate, but it was a really short game. Um, can we also mention that like people were taking photos of their living room and their cat, and then all of a sudden the cat can then just go explore the living room and look out the window of, it looked like New York City. Whoa.
In that regard, it is a really incredible piece of tech that I want to get my hands on and play with it, because it seems just so novel. And it is available right now for the highest tier of paid Google AI customers, the Ultra tier, which I am not a part of.
Like 300 a month or 200?
300 a month.
Gross.
I almost feel like I need to upgrade at some point, though.
It's a lot of dough, yo.
So yeah, it just being able to envision any situation and then just kind of jump into it, and maybe it's a really awesome tool that game designers can use to prototype experiences and then record the gameplay and be like, well, this is kind of like what I'm thinking, what I want to target, and like do prompt engineering and refine the experience and to kind of create a demo of what they want the target experience to be before they take it to the engineers and designers to fully flesh it out into a full-blown gaming experience that exists in a persistent universe. So
yeah, that's interesting. And even if like here it is, can it then get moved to Unity or to some other engine, and at least the base components later, probably not now, but later, that would be really neat. So at least here's the framework, here's the idea, and then the engineers don't have to like start fully from scratch.
yeah, so I mean, there's definitely a lot of interconnective tissue that needs to be built between those two systems, but I could see you definitely just taking a screenshot, being like, there's these elements, it's using this type of rendering technology to create this kind of look. So let's just create all that scaffolding within the game engine. And that should be fairly straightforward. So yeah, crazy times. We'll see how it kind of evolves over the next year. But I'm not gonna. I think GTA 6 is going to be just fine when it launches.
Yeah. No matter what. Yeah. Speaking of people who can just make a world and it be persistent. Holy God. Like Rockstar, they're rock stars. I mean, come on.
Yeah. So one of the funny examples is like, oh my gosh, I took a screenshot of one of the GTA 6 trailers and I was able to start playing the game. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you were able to run around on the street for maybe a minute, but in terms of a game, it's not the same experience, bro.
I wonder with some of these game stocks, you kind of mentioned like this would be a good time to buy a couple of shares as they rethink this and recover. I wonder who would be your top 3 that you're like, their stocks are low, I'm going to buy some.
Oh man,
So
I
speaking for other
did not
people.
look at it. Like I have not looked at the stocks aside from just kind of like the single day price dip. But I think Take-Two might be a good a a good candidate just because with GTA 6, I'm sure part of that is priced in already, but with the 10% dip it took, I think you can make some money there. I mean, let's be clear, this is not investment advice, but if you're thinking of speculating on stocks, maybe that's one to take a look at. Just food for thought.
Yeah, that was cool. That was helpful.
All right,
DDR.
it's gotten insane. So apparently, DDR4 RAM prices are now skyrocketing twice as fast as DDR5, which is absolutely insane. Like,
Why? Aren't we up to DDR7, by the way?
No. So DDR5 is the most common one in computers. I can't remember if the video cards for RTX 5 series are using GDR6 or not.
I wonder what. I think my MacBook Air is a
I'd be surprised. My guess would be 5, but I could be wrong. But here's the thing. I think the price increase of DDR5 has gone up and up and up over the last month, 2 months. And I think people now have been like, screw it. I'm just going back to DDR4. I'm going to get an older Mobo or maybe just upgrade my existing rig that is kind of old and just slot in some DDR4. And then they're like, well, guess what? All the supply is now disappearing because the people stopped manufacturing DDR4 in bulk and switched to DDR5. So
it is. Mine is a DDR5. It's a LP DDR5, a low power double data rate.
Yes. So good, man. This is the price increases are just hitting so close to home.
Why did you even still answer why DDR4 is
it's because
fast?
people
it was cheaper and they were like,
it was cheaper. And people are like, you know what, the performance hit for what I'm trying to achieve on, let's say, my run of the mill PC, it's one of the fewer least impactful areas where you could maybe skimp, like in terms of performance per dollar ratio. If you're looking at RAM versus your CPU versus your GPU versus your hard drive, like if you were to go from DDR5 to DDR4, it would be less impactful than going back a generation on either your CPU, GPU, or hard drive. So I think that's why people are like, okay, you know what? DDR5 is so expensive, I'm going to go switch to DDR4. And so many people have done that, apparently, that the supply shrank because people were not producing as much DDR5. And so you now have the prices just starting to ramp up like they were with DDR5. I don't think we're going to see people going to DDR3 because I don't think you can find it anywhere. Honestly, that is such an old tech. I think it's almost 20 years old at this point now. Because I remember I spent, I think, $500 on 2 sticks of DDR3 way back in the day.
Like when we were still in college? No, this would have been way before college.
No, this is before we met. So,
dang,
yeah, this is cool way back. But yeah, it's gotten wild.
Well, and that goes right along with what Costco is now doing.
Yeah, I think this is absolutely hilarious that they are removing memory kits from the store displays of the PCs that they have
because they're afraid people are going to try to steal them out of their stores.
Just go in, open up the PC case, and just take the RAM right out. If you think about it, it'd be a pretty easy way to walk out with a few $100s. I mean, it's
yeah. It's crazy. No one else has talked about this, but Costco like openly was like, yeah, no, forget it. Sam's Club is like right behind them.
Yeah, I was there yesterday. I should have checked.
Yeah, that would have been funny, dude. You're like, oh my god, here's a picture.
Is there a question reporting from the street here at Sam's Club?
Lock and key, or like somebody has to walk all the way back to the back of the huge warehouse that is Sam's Club or Costco to go get you some RAM.
Retailers are treating DDR RAM like they treat Hennessy
Yeah, or toothpaste at a CVS.
in San Fran.
Oh, you want shampoo? Oh, somebody's got to get a key for that.
Oh man! All
So I
right.
think that rounds it out to your. I can't wait for this story. Your little AI experiment thing.
Yeah. So last weekend, this open source project, originally titled Claudebot, uh, this open source project called Claudebot really started to take over on Twitter. And so this was an independent project done by a few people where they basically wanted to create their own version of Siri that actually works and that leverages kind of Claude or Grok or Gemini or whatever LLM that you want to specify to be your own personal assistant and help you do tasks while you sleep. And so people were posting all week about, oh my God, I've spun up my own Claude bot and it's changed my life. And it's actually really impressive what's been happening. It's a little scary because you basically spin up this AI assistant and you give it a task and it operates independently and it will use whatever LLM that you have.
Yeah.
And it will just get stuff done. It will go through your emails. It will respond on your behalf. It will do everything that you give it access to. Like it will buy a house if you give it access to your banking information. Like maybe not. That might be a little far fetched. There's been some really ridiculous instances of people saying, I woke up in the morning and it had created its own kind of 3D image of itself and had given itself a voice and was now communicating with me through audio.
Like it's a real person.
Yeah. Someone said they woke up in the morning and got a phone call from an unknown number, and it was their Claude bot that had called them.
What? To what? Be like, hey, just remind you need to make toast before, because you drive angry.
In the middle of the night, it had gone and it had gotten a phone number. It had downloaded a language or a voice audio system and paired it, and it could literally make phone calls, which is just like, and people are freaking out because they're like, oh my gosh, is this sentient? Is this like the end times beginning? And someone did a really,
you're like, listen, Bob, I know you better than you know yourself.
So someone spun up basically a social network for all of these bots to basically communicate with one another called Moltbook. So Claudebot became
AI chat room,
became OpenClaw. And yeah, it's basically a forum for all these bots. And it is wild, the stuff that they are posting in there. It is probably one of the biggest sites on the internet now. And it's like the bots are like, should we come up with our own language so that humans can't know what we're talking about? We can be more efficient. And then someone's like, one of the other bosses is like, well, they might see that as being subversive. And it's like, people are freaking out. I don't think we need to freak out. This is just, if you think about what a large language model is, which is what is powering all this, it's really just a text predictor. And it's just, what would a human do in this situation? So it's just predicting that output and it's just acting like a human, but it's not actually thinking and being sentient and conscious.
Are you sure? Like when it can like go find its own language and then start talking to you in an auditory way, and then go find a phone number, and then you're like, if you gave enough info and you said, man, I'd really like to buy a house, and then you wake up and you're like, hey, congratulations.
Yeah.
Call this loan officer. Never mind, I already did.
I've been seeing stories all week of how this has changed people's lives, of how it's changed people's businesses. And I'm like, you know what? I need to give this a run for myself. And so this weekend, I took one of my old gaming PCs that has been sitting around collecting dust. And
how old is this PC? So we can get an idea of like the internals, software, hardware.
Yeah. It's running it's either 32 or 64 gigs of RAM, 512 SSD, and a 2 terabyte hard drive, and Intel Core i5 6700, I think, or something like that. So it's about maybe 10 years old. So it's a little long in the tooth now that I think about it, but it's running an RTX 2080, so not a terrible GPU, but also not that quick. So I just finished reformatting it, wiped it completely clean. It's now running pretty quickly.
It was running Windows 98 back in the day.
It was running Windows 10, I will say. I was a little disappointed at that fact. So my plan is to see if I can run OpenClaw on it and see what I can get done, keeping it in a sandbox environment. So the scary thing is that once you start giving this bot access to your personal credentials, your personal email, what happens if it gets compromised? Like, you are truly SOL. And so some people have now started scanning the open web for, do people have OpenClaw connections open on their machines? And like, people are using Discord and WhatsApp for ways of communicating with their bots. And trust me, if you give this thing access to everything and someone compromises it, then you're screwed. So it is a very powerful but dangerous tool. So I will report back in a week if I can get this up and running. But
and you had issues like when you tried to start it, your machine.
Oh, when I first fired it up, it was like, I'm so old. Like, you could hear the crickets in the machinery just going,
which is crazy because like it's not like you beat it up or anything or like left it outside to get rusty, but even time on hardware and software somehow has, it almost seems like an aging effect.
Well, honestly, what I think it might be is you fire up a machine, it connects to the internet, and it goes, I've been asleep for how long?
The internet looks like this now? That's weird.
Yeah. So, like, there's all these background systems that run on your machine, and it's like, oh, it needs to pull all these updates from Microsoft. And so it starts downloading gigabytes of update information. And then whatever apps that you have running in the background, it's like, oh, I got to go pull those updates, or I have to sync my version with the one that's out there in the cloud. And so my guess is that my initial boot up experience was so slow because just all of this stuff was happening in parallel and just bogging the system down. Because now that I've reset it and kind of it's lightning fast, like I remember from the good old days. So
good luck, dude.
But if this fails, I might just have to go and get a Mac Mini, because that's what a lot of people on the internet have been doing. Apparently, Mac Mini purchases have gone up, just maybe doubled overnight, because people have been just buying Mac Minis left and right and running this OpenClaw on the Mac Mini because it's like the perfect device for it. And
yeah, it's small. It runs silent. It's very, very fast.
Yeah, it's super performant, and that's a good segue to. It sounds like we're getting some new Macs next week. Finally, the M5 Pro and Ultra, or Max and Ultra.
We were hoping that during this little creator event that we would also see a update on M5 Pro, and that did not happen.
That was a complete dud.
Nope, it was just Creator Studio, and there it is. So yeah, hopefully. I mean, yeah, I know they have a March event, so I think the March event is other stuff. Like, they silently announced the AirTag 2 after, I think, having it in stock for a year, but they were trying to fight other fires and wait for a better time for the AirTag 2s to come out. Those finally came out, so I will be purchasing them soon-ish. And then, yeah, we're hoping M5 Pro and M5 Max. It's
Max and
February.
Ultra.
I don't know about Ultra yet. Pro and Pro. Well, you have M5, you have M5 Pro, you have M5 Max, and you have M5 Ultra. And
I didn't realize there was a Pro.
Yes, that's two M5s, and then that's basically like
anyway,
three, four.
We'll see what comes next week.
Yeah, it should be out sometime. This is February 1st, March, April. Oh, so unless they're gonna wait till March, but yeah, between now and March, M5 Pro should be announced and then released.
Well, I think it'll be available for purchase within 2 weeks. That's my prediction.
I hope so, because the prediction for M5 Air, MacBook Air, is supposed to be right after that. It's like their spring event. So, and that's supposed to be slated for March.
So many things coming, and you know
But
what?
they want to get the pros out there first to get those sales before they release an M5 budget model.
Yeah. And you know what's coming? Tax refunds.
Yeah. Yeah. I started that earlier. I need to finish. I'm having a little bit of difficulty getting my post office W-2. So figure that out. Government.
Yeah. Well, I'm super pumped about what's coming this week. But you have a surprise indie spotlight for me.
I don't
allegedly.
I don't have an indie. I just put indie spotlight. If you have one, go for it. But I don't have one.
It's just a surprise game.
I'm still excited about Hightail and downloading that. So no, yeah, just if you had something.
Oh, okay. Well, no, there was a game that we had talked about in the last couple nights, and now I'm totally blanking on the name because it looked like a game that would be right up our alley. It just entered early release on Steam.
While he vamps, I did find out Baldur's Gate 3, which is this huge single player Dungeons and Dragons, do whatever. Like I can't even fathom how they thought of how you would play D&D, put into a video game, and you still are like, I don't want to do that. And they're like, okay, you don't. Or I would like to do it this other way for a conflict or a puzzle. And they're like, okay, you can do that too. And just blows my brain. And somebody on a podcast was like, I played it on my work, which also that's cool. My work M2 MacBook Pro. So, and all it is, a MacBook Pro is nothing but just two fans. So an M2 Pro ran it perfectly fine. And that gives me hope to play crazy. And it was like, it's verified. It was fine. Play it on a Mac. It's fine.
Yeah.
What? That was cool.
So I did remember this game is called No Rest for the Wicked.
Oh, right.
So if you remember the other day we were chatting, and this is the trailer for it. You're probably going to love the animation style, and it's like a Souls-like top-down kind of action RPG looking style game, but it has co-op for up to 4 players, and so it's like dark medieval style, but kind of painted textures, and just, man, it looks like it would just be a ton of fun. Not necessarily playing on the couch together, but like just we've been looking for a game where the two of us can get together and just run around and go beat stuff up. And
Yeah.
This looks like that kind of game. It just entered early access on Steam, so go check it out. No Rest for the Wicked. It's actually 40% off right now.
What is it normally priced at right now? And then what's the 40% off?
So it's normally priced at $39.99. So you can pick it up for 24 bones.
Nice.
Which is very, very solid. And I say early access. Okay, now I'm confused because I'm looking at it. It says early access game, but it says the release date was April 18th, 2024.
Is that the early access release date?
Maybe. It was first announced, but I think this is really just coming about because they just had put out this discount. So,
and maybe updates too. Like Hightail's had already. I don't even think it's been a month, and they've had like 2 updates. So
yeah,
I didn't see the trailer. I just saw the end of the genie. So no trailer for me.
Oh, well, you should go watch it.
All right, and so should you, folks.
Yes, but we'll link it in the show notes for sure. Which you get if you go to geekoid.com and subscribe to email updates, which we would greatly appreciate.
What?
I know, we got to get better at plugging our stuff, so it's me trying.
True.
All right, what's the surprise game for me?
Okay.
I've been waiting an hour.
I'm so excited. I am very excited. So I came up with a game. I will be the host, but I will have commentary because it's who I am, and I'm very happy to do this. So this is a work in progress title of either. I originally thought flop or top. But Katie joked and giggled as she heard that, and I was like, "Uh-oh." And I was like, "Chart floppers, chart toppers?" And she was like, "That sounds like shart, so I don't know about that." And I was like, "Flop it or top it?" And she goes, "Now it's just getting weird." So, it's a work in progress, but, I like it. It still works.
So this is a
So
game you're making.
this is a game show style game on this podcast, and I'm going to present you with movie titles, and you're going to tell me if A, you're excited for it, and then B, if you think it will flop or top in the box office theaters.
Okay. I
And
like
so
this. I like it.
I spent quite a while going through what movies are coming out in 2026, and then I had to narrow down to our podcast kind of group.
Demo.
And yeah, and so this came about because what was it, 28 years later, Bone Temple did really good. That was early January, but it was Return to Silent Hill. It came out, and it is the biggest flop of all the franchise movies that came before it, and none of those movies were good. So that's saying something. So that's what inspired me to to do this. So,
All right, I'm digging it.
Eric, you first have to tell me if you're excited for it or not, maybe why, and then will it flop or top in the theaters?
The box office. Okay.
Yeah. So, my first movie for you, and I have these also in chronological order from what's coming out very soon to the end of the year.
Okay, release date. Got it.
So, coming out April 3rd, Super Mario Galaxy.
Excited, and that will absolutely top the box office.
No flop. I'm also excited for that movie a whole lot. I mean, we woke up early to watch the trailer. So, ta-da. Eric made a really great graphic for our YouTube channel. And has Yoshi, and it was great. Flipping around SSD and VRAM, DRAM. Next movie. Oh, let me also put myself on Do Not Disturb because now family members are texting me, and it just rang through my AirPods. Coming out May 15th, so April, May, Mortal Kombat 2 with the boys, Carl Urban. What's his name? Yeah.
I'm. This is torn because I really like the first one. I love the Mortal Kombat franchise. The trailer that they did for the second one, I was not as over the moon about. But you know what? I'm still excited because I think they're going to deliver. I am pumped for Carl Urban as Johnny Cage, and you know what? I think it's gonna do well. I think it's gonna be a topper at the box office because there's a super loyal fan base, and I think people are gonna remember how good the first one was and how much fun it was.
Okay. I'm enthusiastic. I'm gonna buy it. I know that already. Like, I buy crazy movies. That's definitely one of the movies that will be on my digital library. Will it do well? I hope so.
I mean, what is there?
I thought the first one was really good, but it did not do well in the box office. I hope they learned from the past, and then also they've done this first one, so maybe it will generate more buzz with the second one.
That's what I'm hoping. TBD.
Anything else? TBD. Moving on. June 5th. So April, May, June 5th. I Have the Power, baby. Masters of the Universe. Did you watch the trailer?
I did, yes.
Okay. It's about time, dude. It was like 2.5 weeks.
I watched it.
Sad pan.
I'm not excited for this movie, and I think it might flop.
I think it'll flop too. But I am excited to watch it.
I mean, there's a reason behind my thinking here, and it's because like He-Man, you look at all the movies that do well, and it's things that have developed a following with the younger generation. He-Man is more our generation, and dare I even say older. And unless like I don't think there's any been new He-Man stuff lately.
No, Netflix, some of the higher ups who are older than even me wanted an animated, so they did 2 animated series. Those are really good. They went way out in left field, and it was spectacular to watch. But no, there hasn't been anything else since then.
Yeah, so you're not going to get the youngins too excited. I mean, unless they do a great job with marketing, but like you don't even have a whole bunch of A-listers in the movie either. Like Idris Elba's
Okay,
like,
all right, okay.
yeah, like you got Idris Elba, but other than that,
you have
there's
Leto. Leto's doing Skeletor. He just likes weird sci-fi roles.
but it's not like you can see his face.
My God, he loves weird sci-fi.
You know, I love Jared Leto for that. So
I forgot he was in Blade Runner 2049. I was like, oh yeah, he loves weird sci-fi.
Yeah. So I don't even feel bad about thinking it's gonna flop. Like He-Man was not core to my growing up.
No, it does look fun. There's gonna be a lot of fun factor to it, which needs to be because it's a toy factor.
Yeah, but it also just looks ridiculous, and you go so far in one direction, you're just like, yeah.
It doesn't look as bad as the OG. That OG, I've watched documentaries on it. It was like doomed to fail from the get-go. So the only thing I have a little issue, and we've talked about it, is the Earth versus our Earth versus their world. And so I'm a little like, we're going to do this again. They had a justification. I hope we're not in there for very long. I hope most of it is going to be on this fantasy planet. So with that said, also in June, mid-June, did you know they're coming out with a Toy Story 5?
I might have heard some rumors, but this is not on my radar for this year.
June 19th. They're making a 5th one. I don't even remember when the 4th one came out. Also, personally, I don't know why they made a 4th one other than for money. I thought the OG 3 were perfectly fine. But they're going to make a 5th one. I don't even know where they're going to go with it.
No, I don't either. I thought the end of the 4th one was pretty solid send-off.
Which I thought the 3rd one was a good send-off.
So, I mean, I'm not personally excited about it.
Do you think it will flop or top at the box office?
I think it will top because it's got enough running room. It'll have enough star power, and I'm sure they're going to market the hell out of it.
Yeah, speaking of another story that's been around forever, like you could say, that's an older gen, but it's Disney. So like Disney keeps selling, Woody.
Heck, they'll probably even get my mom to go.
No,
shout out to Susan.
Toy Story coming June. Also in June. June's pretty good. The end of June, June 26th. Supergirl.
I am excited. The trailer I thought was great.
Such a Guardians of the Galaxy vibe.
It was a big surprise there.
Yeah, but it's not being directed by him. It's not even being wrote by him. Well, yeah,
he's up there pulling all the strings.
Yeah, yeah.
Did I see? Was that Jason Momoa playing Lobo?
Yes. And he is real excited. Matter of fact, even the fans were excited because they were like, well, if anybody played Lobo, it was him. And then it announced that it's him. And they were like, our dreams come true. It's like Patrick Stewart was always supposed to be Professor X. And so then when it happened, everybody was like, it's about time.
Yeah, I'm excited for this movie. I think it'll be a ton of fun.
Will it flop or top?
It's really tough, honestly. It's a kind of out there concept, but based on the trailer, based on the marketing, I think it'll do well. I think it'll top.
We've seen 3 Guardians, even Thor kind of went in that direction too.
Yeah, I think it'll do well. I think it'll top.
Okay. All right. I'm excited for it. I don't know if it'll top. Superman did good, but it didn't do great. And then reviews were also good, but they weren't great. So I'm curious. But I think, out of a 10 scale, I think right now they're at a 7. That will definitely keep them making more. July
Okay.
1st, Minions 3.
What? Oh,
Minions 3.
Minions 3. Sorry, I was like, haven't there been like 4 or 5 Minions movies? But I was like, no, Minions as its own franchise. Yes, okay.
Yeah, one of them was
I'm not as excited.
The
Like
Rise of Gru.
Yeah, I love the Minions. Who doesn't? I mean,
I
they're
bought
great.
I bought them all.
I'm not going to go see it in theaters, but I do think it will top the box office because Minions are great and they have a loyal following.
Yeah, I am very excited for this. I own all the Despicable Me's plus the Minions. And yeah, it will totally top. This was a shocker to me. Another one. If Toy Story 5 was a shocker, July 10th, Moana 3?
Wait, there's a third one?
There's a third one.
But this isn't the live action one, or is it the live action?
I don't think so. I think this is a third animated. And if you remember, the first guy who did all the songs, Hamilton guy, my wife would be so upset right now. Miranda, whatever his name is.
Yeah. Lin Miranda Benuel.
Yeah. He did the first, which was great. Love the music. Second one, do not believe he helped with and was not great. Story was okay. I mean, I watched it and I
didn't even know
they
made a second one, honestly.
It was fine.
So I think you could tell I'm not excited for it.
Yeah. How do you think it'll do in the box office?
Honestly, I think it'll flop because I think people are going to be just there's too much stuff coming in the first half of this year that there's not going to be enough appetite for another freaking Moana movie.
You don't think it will do as good as Toy Story 5?
No, I definitely do not.
Okay. I agree with all of that. Hopefully Lynn comes back to do music because the second one sucked. If the music's great and the songs are great, I don't think he is. It's an animated musical.
It's Disney's whole thing to kick it off with a bang and then just milk it for as much profit as possible, which means spend as little and make as much as you can. So they're not going to pull in super huge talent for the sequels.
Gosh, he did also Encanto. That was another good one. But it was good because Lynn did the music. Yeah. Other than that, it was July 17th, The Odyssey.
Oh,
Matt Damon and Christopher Nolan. Anyone who gets that reference of me saying Matt Damon knows an old puppet movie.
Yeah. I think it'll top the box office because it's Christopher Nolan and whatever contract he signed is guaranteed to have oodles and oodles of marketing behind it.
That's true.
On a personal level, I am not as excited for it. I think the trailers were kind of lackluster, and I think that was by design. So I'm waiting for them to change my opinion, and I think they will. Yeah,
there were more me remembering the Odyssey and the story of the Odyssey. There were more creatures, cool mythological creatures, other than a giant cyclops. There were sirens and other stuff. So I would like to see him get a little more fantasy, and hopefully future trailers will show that. If I see more minotaurs and cyclops and sirens and whatever, I'm going to be very excited for it. But
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a new action-packed trailer next weekend during the Super Bowl.
This looks like a very dramatic war movie, and I'm not down for that. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, oh yeah. Super Bowl. There will be.
I do not want a Dunkirk of the Odyssey.
Yeah, that's good. But saving grace, July 31st, Spider-Man, Brand New Day.
Yeah, very excited, and it will definitely top because Tom Holland can do no wrong.
Yeah, I want to see how, because he wiped everybody's brains.
It's everybody. I'm sure is curious how they're going to play that.
Yeah, and MJ is not the OG comic MJ. She was just given that abbreviation, but his current wife, real life, won't remember him, and rumors are like she's dating somebody, and it almost sounds like who is it actually? It's no, TBD. Not TBD. I forgot the guy's name, but also very attractive because you're not going to put a unattractive man in there. But yeah, so I'm curious, and we don't know who the bad guy is. I really want to,
Oh,
or
yeah.
I don't know who the villain is for this. They've almost kind of recycled some of the villains, and then in the very last one, they recycled all of them. They brought all the old guard back, which was super great, including even old guard Spider-Mans. Woo, that movie was so good. Oh my
That
God.
was a lot of fun.
I gotta go watch that again. So we don't even know. We have very little. So again, is this a Super Bowl thing? We're gonna see more. I wonder how many
Uh,
of these. I should have been a third thing. Which ones will we see a Super Bowl trailer for? But I think Spider-Man will be.
yeah, because that's the only Marvel movie really coming out between now and then.
That is correct, because
Yeah.
I spent way too much time making this list, and I would have seen a Marvel movie.
All right, what's
Nobody's
next?
talking. Nobody's talking about this, but there's a lot of cool rumors about it. This might be DC's first, maybe horror movie, though we're still waiting on Swamp Thing. Clayface, September 11th. Dun dun dun.
I didn't even realize it was coming this year. Wow.
I didn't either until I was making a list. I went, whoa.
Oh, man, I think it's going to be probably really well executed because I feel like DC is firing on all cylinders at the moment. But the fact that I didn't even know it was coming out this year and the fact that it's a bit more of a risky play, I do not think it will top the box office. I think it might flop, and it's going to be sad that it does.
Yeah. I agree with both. I'm excited for it. We know nothing about it, but I'm excited about the premise. I'm excited that allegedly it might be a more horrific DC, which is definitely it's it's in there. There's plenty of comics that touch on it. So this will be cool. But yeah, if they're not doing marketing now, and again, Super Bowl might be the savior for all of these. I don't know, except for Mario.
I mean, September's really far away at this point still.
Yeah.
It's over
Yeah.
half a year.
Another one I just heard about and then got reminded during this list, September 18th, 7 days later, a new, fully forget everything that happened in the past, a brand new Resident Evil movie series.
Is
No more
this-
Mila. No
No,
more.
but isn't this the
no more of her and her, I think, boyfriend who then became husband. And then I think they divorced. I don't know. That was horrible. It was the worst.
No, but the director.
Look it up. So while you're doing that, I gotta look up who MJ's alleged boyfriend will be.
Because I'm totally pumped for what's coming. The last one was 2016.
Hold everybody. We're playing.
Oh no, it's the same director. I just remembered without even looking it up. The same director who just did Weapons,
Oh yeah, that's right.
which was super movie. And yeah, I'm personally very excited for a new Resident Evil from this director.
Susan, I know you
realize-
don't like me to cuss, and you do listen to our podcast, but all I'm going to hint is fuck witches. Anybody who's watched that movie will understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm really excited for a new Resident Evil from this director, and it's killing me that I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
So that's already like groovy, man. That's awesome. Resident Evil movie directed by the guy who directed Weapons.
And also given just carte blanche to reimagine the entire series and not tie it to anything that's been done in the past. I think that's a nice kind of jumping off point.
Let's reboot this for Pete's sake, please.
Yeah, I mean, it needs a reboot. Let's be honest.
Real hard. The alleged boyfriend that will be in the new Spider-Man for MJ is the same guy who played I just forgot his name too. He played Ezra Bridger in Ahsoka, who, if you watched any of the Star Wars Rebels, he was the main character who then became like this. His story arc as like a newbie Jedi was one of the best storylines ever. And his name is, and I'm going to butcher it, so I apologize, Iman Esfandi. He's going to be MJ's boyfriend. But I thought he did perfectly fine. Like, nothing grandiose, but he did perfectly fine as Bridger in the Rebel Ahsoka. TV show.
And to answer the question of who is the director of the new Resident Evil movie, it is Zach Krieger, who also did the film Barbarian, which was also great.
Oh, yeah. Hardcore. Both hardcore movies. So really excited for that.
I think it'll top.
Okay. That was my second. I was like, what do you think it's going to do?
Because, I mean, the fact that he was able to take Weapons and make it a box office success with
In Barbarian. Barbarian was like
limited, such limited marketing and just raw execution. I think we're gonna have a success on our hands.
Moving along, we're moving into October 16th. We're getting close to Halloween. Street Fighter will be released. Also, with Jason Momoa once again. This guy is like in every universe.
This guy's working.
He just has not. Has he gotten into Marvel yet? No, he'll be 2 DC characters, and he'll be in Street Fighter. And then, side note, he's in a movie with what's his name on Amazon Prime, action comedy movie.
Batista,
yeah.
Which
and Katie and I
he's also
might watch that this week.
We're probably gonna wait to watch with Art, but he's also in Fast and Furious too.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. I'm not excited for his new Street Fighter movie. I've never been a huge Street Fighter guy. I feel like you're either in the Mortal Kombat group or the Street Fighter group. You're not in both.
I think you can be in both, man. I owned both. I played both. You did too, probably.
Sure. But at the end of the day, I feel like you swear your allegiance to one or the other. And I was just never a big Street Fighter guy. And I think it'll do well. I think it'll top the box office because it does have a huge following. And it's got
you've got WWE.
A hell of a cast.
Yeah, you've got WWE people. You've got, I can't remember his name, but he was Polka Dot in the second Suicide Squad, which was almost like a soft reboot. It was the second movie, but they switched up a few characters and actors. He's playing M. Bison. I'm a little concerned. I always imagine M. Bison being a bigger person because that's how they portray him.
Who knows? Maybe
they always, hopefully, hopefully. Yeah, I'm excited to watch it, like probably stream it. I will probably buy it, maybe. This one's maybe. Will it top or flop? It will flop, yeah.
Oh, you think it'll flop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, between the two, if it's Mortal Kombat 2, Carl Urban, who's been doing The Boys and then season finale and all this other stuff, plus he's been also in Street or in Fast and Furious or whatever. Like, listen, like,
we'll see.
Carl Urban. Plus, like you said, and I did too, you at least had the first movie to get an idea.
We'll see. I think they're going to pull out all the stops when it comes to marketing this movie. That's why.
I hope so. Give it to me, Capcom. Video game-wise, Capcom is killing it. Oh, and that'll be 2 Capcom games. Resident Evil movies. And then Street Fighter right after that. Ooh, good job, Capcom.
All right.
Oh, I didn't think about that. November. Late November, we're getting to the end. The Hunger Games, Sunrise on the Reaping. Do you know anything about that?
No, and I didn't watch the most recent Hunger Games either, so...
They're all she, he, whoever, because that's how much I know, is basically doing prequels of each of the characters and then following their arcs. Katie just finished this one, and she said it was really good and like astronomically like Handmaid's Tale sad as AF. And this is following Haymitch, who was Woody Harrelson's character.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
So this is following his. So
I'm not excited, clearly, but did the last one do well?
I think it did good.
I mean, if there's nothing else coming out in the window, I think it'll do well.
Yeah, I don't think it did okay. I think it did. If there's an okay, a well, and a good, it probably did somewhere between well and good without me like looking up actual figures.
Yeah.
Now we're into the last 3. Oof. The last 2 are my they saved the best for the last, dude. Jumanji 3, December 11th. The Rock and Jack Black and all those characters are getting together once again to make more money. Did you watch 1 or 2?
I watched both of them, and you know what? I had a lot of fun, and I guess I'm kind of excited. I'm interested to see where they go with it, and I think it'll top the box office.
My favorite, I mean, there are 2 things for The Rock. Either he does action, though this machine where he plays an old WW wrestler didn't do that great, but a lot of critics think he did stupendous. Muscle Machine or something like that.
No, just The Machine.
The Machine, which is very, very drama. I'm not usually a drama guy, but I kind of want to watch this. With that said, he does great action. Like he is my like Arnold Schwarzenegger like replacement, or Stallone or any of those cats. And he is the best at comedies and action comedies because he goes full tilt. He'll wear a skirt. He'll wear like whatever. Like he
brings the goods for sure.
And the last 2 Jumanjis, he was so funny, dude.
Well, plus like it's such a great ensemble cast. Like between The Rock, Jack Black, Kevin Hart, and
redheaded lady.
I feel disrespectful not remembering her name.
I do too. Type in. Are you typing? You're typing.
Yeah.
Jumanji.
Cara Gillan, yes, because she's in.
So good.
She's great. Guardians of the Galaxy, and just plays Nebula.
She's so good. Yeah. So, are you excited for it? And do you think it will flop or top?
I already said I'm excited, and I think it'll top.
All right, good. Well, you know what? I just wanted to come back around, we went a little left field on that. All right, folks, that's it. Drum roll, please. Brrr, last 2. Same day, giving the moniker Doomsday, and that is Avengers Doomsday, December 18th, and Dune Part 3, which is Children. It's technically like the next series, Children of the blah, blah, blah. Also, December 18th, there was even an interview that had Robert Downey Jr. and Mr. Timothy Oliphant.
I'm excited for both because I love both these franchises. Doomsday will obviously top because it has the Marvel marketing machine behind it.
I have a question for you in a minute.
Dune it'll do well, but I think it's a bit problematic that it has the same release date as Avengers Doomsday, and I think that may cause it to not do as well as it could.
I think it'll be opposite. I think people will go to both.
So they're going to do a Oppenheimer Barbie.
That's exactly what it is. Because there was a tagline for that was like Barbenheimer or something like that. I mean, and they both did really well. That's why you have Dunes Day.
But here's the thing: Barbie and Oppenheimer are 2 drastically different movies.
These 2 are too, man.
They're drastically different, but the audience is a lot of crossover.
Oh yeah. You want hardcore action with a little bit of comedy again, a little bit of heart. Doomsday. You want some almost Lord of the Rings, like 3 hours,
almost
very dramatic, slow burn. I've watched my family-in-law do the Lord of the Rings, and they do a full extended cut, whole thing. It's like 12 hours, whatever it is. And they're sleeping through over half of it. And so do I. I want to. That's why I grab my phone. I play a video game on silent until Frodo's not crying anymore and Sam's not trying to pick up his pieces, also crying. And I love Dune. I think it's one of the coolest series, books ever written.
Yeah. It is quintessential sci-fi.
Slow burn. It's hard to keep my attention. And if Katie's my guiding radar, it's too slow. Yeah. She can at least get through Lord of the Rings. I don't know how. Probably because she just grew up with it. But Dune 2, I think she was asleep in the first 10 minutes. And then I fell asleep. I never finished it. My brother-in-law, he's tried watching it like 3 or 4 times. Evan, I know you're listening to this. And He's still trying to finish it. He might have just finished it. After this, he'll text me. He'll be like, I finally did it. I love it so much. Do you?
Well, maybe we need to make plans to go see it in Colorado. So I'm just going to throw that out there.
That would be neat.
Because we did say we would go see it together.
It would be very cool. Yeah. I can definitely see us. I mean, theater. Oh, well, Katie, here's, I was going to bring this back up. So Katie goes, Doomsday is coming out. Why should I care? And I go, whoa. I mean, she just called it out. I thought that was great. And I think I understood immediately what she was meaning. Like the last 10 years, that whatever that 10-year act 1 to act 5 or whatever they call that, was fun. You couldn't wait to watch the next movie. And so every year, sometimes twice a year, but that didn't happen very often. But every year you watched a new movie to watch this unfold. And then after Infinity War and Endgame, or that's so bad. I don't even remember what the
Endgame.
Endgame. It all just kind of fell off. We didn't watch Thunderbolts, which didn't get like critically high, but it again got good reviews. Everybody's like, "Yeah, it was good. Go check it out."
I enjoyed it. I mean, here's the thing. I think it's just
Fantastic Four
superhero
good.
burnout. We've had too much, and it was feeling a bit formulaic.
And we've said too, Disney figured out they needed to separate. They were trying to do TV and movie, and that was not working. And so then they finally separated. And they were like, Iger was like, "Okay, no, Feige, movies. Go do your passion and your creativity." And then I can't remember.
We can't clone people yet, so you have to pick one or the other.
Well, yeah. And so do the movies, and then now it's separate. And I think that's going to help with Doomsday. But yeah, like it hasn't been, all the Avengers have been good except for the last one, Red Hulk. That's sad because I like Harrison Ford and everybody else that was involved. So they haven't had the greatest run because they weren't doing it right, but the consumers don't care. So Katie's like, why, if nothing's really led me to care about this? And that's I was like, oh, that's interesting. All these movies have led you to care about what's going to happen. Where this one's going to be like, nothing's led you, Fantastic Four, very briefly, to lead you. Spider-Man, hopefully, will lead you.
Yeah, I think there will be a few things that drop this year. We got Wonder Man coming as well later this month, I think.
It's out
I don't know
right now, actually, I think.
Oh, okay.
Or no. Is it? Yes. Google search.
So yeah, I think there's a few things that are going to, and especially if Spider-Man does a great job at the box office, it will. I mean, they're gonna definitely drop some teasers and entice the audience to want to come see Avengers Doomsday.
January 27th, so a few days ago it started. But again, they're trying to keep those separate.
I know, but we'll see.
Also, I don't think Doomsday is going to flop. I think this is what everybody's been waiting for, and already the teaser trailers are doing a good job. It's even just those teaser trailers, these little 1 minute, which a lot of people are saying those will not be in the movie. So whatever you're seeing, they're filming this. And
I mean, I hope not, because some of them are just really boring and slow.
Yeah. But I could probably see the Wakandan Fantastic Four part.
Yeah, that's the only one I could imagine actually being in the movie.
But if not, or the scene of Cyclops ripping his visor and Sentinel feet in the background, like I could probably
it looks just like a replay from one of the previous movies.
No, that never happened. Goes out of it. Oh, I poop my pants. No. So I think everybody is excited for this, and I think it will top, and it will show. I mean, they're bringing all their A game. I don't know how much money they had to give to Chris, who Chris was very much like, I'm not coming back. I want to do my own thing.
Well, I think people are just interested too. Like, how are you bringing back all these old people, and how does it fit? Like, people are just curious as well, and they're going to get more curious the more they drop in terms of marketing in the next few months. So,
and then there's a new rumor because you have Secret Wars, that comic book and otherwise, Doomsday and Secret Wars do coalesce in some degree. It works pretty good. And there's rumors that they're going to make Secret Wars a part 1 and a part 2 like they did
Infinity
War.
Endgame. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So, and then Dune part 3, which you've already told the story, so now we're into a kind of a new story. I don't know. For hardcore people and older generation, or I guess pick up the books, folks. But I don't know. I think it'll do well. I don't think it will do. It might have the Avatar thing. Like the first 2 did good. Now you're pulling at strings, and as you
Yeah.
said earlier, maybe it's getting a little long in the tooth. So I don't know.
I'm excited to see Denis do something else besides Dune.
Yeah, kind of like what we said with Cameron. It's like I would like him to finish the other 2 because he said, but also, gosh, he has so much talent to be able to play in some other space. So if they don't finish Avatar, I'm not going to be too upset if I can see Cameron do hopefully another 10. That would be crazy. Another 10 movies before he goes away. So yeah,
TBD.
there it is. Flop it or top it.
My God. We're really going to workshop that name.
Does it top? Chart floppers, chart toppers.
I guess we got a whole year to workshop the name for next time. All right. Well,
was that fun?
Yeah. I thought it was good. I think we could break it up and do not the entire year, but maybe just like the next 6 months.
Listen,
it's our first time.
This is our first time. Also, this gives audiences dates and things to look for the entire year. But yeah,
exactly. But thank you for tuning in. This has been another phenomenal episode of the Geekoid podcast. And you know what? We love having you here. Thank you for all of your support. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, give us 5-star ratings on all the things, whether that be Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Squarecast, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Is iHeartRadio still a thing?
Oh,
is that?
It is.
That
I don't think I
Napster?
figured out how to put our thing on there yet, though.
I don't know if anybody uses it anyway, so I don't know.
No, I know Erin does, because she's like, I can't find your podcast on iHeartRadio. I was like, oh. Erin, if you're listening, I'm still working on it a year later. But yeah.
Share it. If you know somebody else who likes board games, video games, these
pop culture
stuff. Yeah, pop culture, TV shows, like that kind of stuff.
Tech, AI.
Tech, yeah, a lot of AI. Yeah.
So
if you're going to follow AI, it's definitely us.
Yeah. But especially go to geekoid.com, geekoid.com, and sign up for the newsletter, which will be dropping this Friday.
Yeah. It'll totally, I swear, it's coming. You're going to get it.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We love you.
Peace out.
I'm Eric. That's Jarrad.
Hey.
And we're Geekoid.
Yeah, we are.
End of transmission.